Hey guys, what's up? It's Erin here, and today we're going to be doing an everyday look that can represent Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. It is going to be a look that I hope that you can wear day to day and not feel insecure about it. As you saw in my last video, if you saw that one was for Jack Skellington when he is the Pumpkin King. A later video for him when he is Santa will be coming up, but for the moment I was asked to come up with one for Sally, so I'm going to try to do that for you today. If you see kind of the fact that I have a little bit more light on there, I'm literally using my laptop screen in front of you guys so that it will reflect onto my face a little bit better, because kitchen light isn't gonna do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move you in. We're gonna start on this. As you know, I've already primed eyes and face. I've already put on the foundation and concealer, so you don't have to worry about seeing that because it takes a chunk of tape. So I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to do this. Alright, so let me zoom you in here just a little bit. Hopefully you can see what's going on and see my full face. Yes, I'm looking in the viewfinder, just making sure that you can in fact see what is going on. Alright, so, and we are going to be using multiple palettes today. Just thought that I'd throw that out there so that you are prepared. I'm going to head and go in, at least for her first little bit of color, because Sally is blue and sort of like a turquoise. So we're going to be going into these blue shades here, at least for her main color. But I also have the Mad for Matte 2 palette by e.l.f. Cosmetics, and I think what I'm going to do is use this shade right here. I know the focus is so off, I apologize. But we're going to use this shade right here as a transition shade. So I'm going to grab an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, clear it off, and I'm going to go ahead and tap into that color and spread it around my eyelid, both eyelids. So I'm collecting quite a bit of powder here, and you just want to pat. I know that it's a little darker than I would typically like to do this, but oh well, it is what it is. So let me see if I can actually turn the brightness up on my computer. There we go, now we can see. Alright, so I'm going to cover the other eyelid here. And I just really want to coat it as best I can so that we don't have anything sticking too much or anything like that. Okay, so can you see you won't be able to see it, but you'll see that actually there is pigment there, at least a little bit. I am very fair. So what I'm going to go into now is I'm going to go into Wet n Wild's Poster Child palette, and I'm gonna very slightly take these two blue shades right here, and I'm gonna pat them onto my eyelids to very lightly apply a blue, since that is a big part of Sally's color. So just gonna go ahead and grab I'm so sorry if my camera goes in and out on you. I really don't want it to do that. Let me see if I can bring you closer and it won't do that. Okay, so that's as close as I can bring you. Hopefully that will be close enough. But I'm gonna start in the lighter shade first. I'm gonna use the same e.l.f. powder brush and just lightly tap into that shadow. Tap your excess off and gather some pigment gonna go back in here and really work the lid out. I really hope that you guys can see this. I apologize if you can't see it in its full entirety. Hopefully that will be fixed shortly. So I'm patting it very lightly onto the lid. I'm going onto the other lid now. And again, just patting it down. We want to really have a good mixture here. Now, personally, I would go a little bit on the darker blue, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. It looks like this one right here. You can use the same brush if you want, or you can fluff it out. I think I'm going to fluff it out. So I've got a ColourPop fluff brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just lightly tap into that darker blue and bring it all around the lid, including in your crease right there. Gonna tap in lightly again, knock off your excess, apply lightly but gently. You want it to be strong but not overly strong, you know what I mean? So definitely get the corners of both eyes being very light with your application. Okay, so this is sort of what I'm going to do for Sally's eyes. And I don't have falsies or anything, so I can't really do a whole lot for her eyelashes, because she does have incredibly long eyelashes. So, I mean, it's intense. Okay, so those are her eyelids right now. I'm going to go ahead and take, this is a Packer brush by ColourPop, and I'm going to go ahead and go in on this green shade right here, and I'm going to pack it on into the crease, but I'm also going to take another crease brush and blend it out. So you see how it's like really intensely green right now? I'm gonna flip it over and add to the other eyelid this pop of color. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get another fluff brush, make sure it's all good, blend that puppy in. Gonna go ahead and dip in again. We tap, we blend. Now, I'm doing this particular color choice because she does have these elements in her eyes as well as in her skin tone. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some of this pastel kind of color. It's this one right here. Trust me, there is a method to the madness. So I'm going to take ColourPop brush, going to go in on that pastel shade and just pat it in, pat it on gently, but also kind of aggravate it a little bit. So, getting back in, what I want to do is I kind of want to recreate, you know, the colors of her dress, the element of her own look that she has, and I am so sorry, you guys, my camera is being so bad to you today. I really want to imitate kind of what was going on in her skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and change a palette here. I'm going to go into the Profusion Amber Eyes palette. I know some of you might be like, what? You're going in there? You didn't like it. Well, it's not that I didn't like it, it's just it smells weird. So I'm going to go ahead and take the brush that came with it. It's a dual-sided brush. And I'm going to go ahead into the shade, this shade right here, and it's called Outgoing. I'm going to go ahead and just use that stippling brush, really get in there, tap off any excess, and really blend it in as best I can. Keep going in as many times as you have to. Oh, so sorry about my camera, guys. I really am. So, as you can see, it's starting to come through. I'm going to go ahead and go into Likeable right there. Tap that out. Okay, keep going for that other eyelid that you have going on. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the Packer brush side and very lightly I'm going to tap into Devoted right here. And I think what I'm going to do is give it a little bit of an eye form. Like I'm going to take an eye brush that you use for smoking your eye out, and I am going to go into Devoted, pop it in to this particular color. That is not the correct brush that I need, apparently. So I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. And I'm still going to go into Devoted. Hold on. Hey guys, sorry about that. And I'm sorry about the close-up on the face, but had to answer that call. So again, what I'm going to do, in case you didn't hear before, is I'm going to take this shade called Devoted, and I'm going to take an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and just tap in. New. Ugh, things don't work, but you know what? We just keep on trucking. So let me sign myself back in so I have the brightness back. Alright, there we go. Much better. So I'm still going into Devoted, and this is actually one of the shades that's on Sally's dress. So I'm definitely putting that in just because we do want to represent Sally here. Because she is the woman, you know? Alright, and then I'm going to go into, I hope that's Amor? I hope. I'll use the same brush, and I'll dip lightly into that and apply it. So now there's those colors there, but I'm going to go ahead and close our Amber Eyes palette. Make sure to put that brush back in. And then I'm going to bring in the yellow shade out of that Wet n Wild palette. Not that one, baby boy. Alright. So we're going to use one of those packing brushes again. Slash blush brush. You know what it is. Alright, so I'm going to go in with that yellow shade and we're just going to go right under. So we're just going to do that. We're going to tap onto that yellow and just really embrace her colors. And you definitely want to have a good blending brush, because if you don't, things can get hairy really quickly. Now I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up a little bit. And you can see, at least I hope you can see, that there is a layering of Sally's colors. I'm going to go ahead and take an e.l.f., I'm guessing smudge brush. It never came with something like that. And I'm going to underline the eyes. So I'm going to go and take that darker blue and the green. Actually, not the darker blue. I'm going to take this blue and this green, and I'm going to do an under eye look a little bit here, and we're just going to stab it like that. So I'm going to start with the green first. And connect. Okay, so we started with that. Going into the blue. Okay. Go back to the green. Okay, and then go into the blue. Okay, so this is kind of where I would choose to stop. Now, if you want like a black kind of liner up above, you can do that. I'm so sorry about my camera. So I'm going to go ahead and go in on this black shade, same brush, and just tap in, close your eye. Go back in. Okay, so there's that eye. Okay, you can add a little bit more. Okay. Dear word, I have no idea. I will zoom you out a little bit just so that we can keep that. There we go. So this is more what I was going for, and I think we can go on to the rest of the face. I don't want to necessarily do the stitches because that would then make this a not everyday look. Even though I love Sally, love everything about her, you can't do certain things when those are applied. So it's not that I don't want to do them, it's not that I can't do them, it's that you kind of need to have an idea of, you know, what is going to be, I want to say realistic, but that's not really what I'm saying. I don't know. So the next thing that I'm going to be putting on is the Maybelline Spider Effect Mascara. It works really, really well, especially for this particular look. It's going to work out incredibly well, I think. So, here we go. Okay, I am doing these very quick. Okay, so, dang it. So, hopefully you can see the lashes and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that you can, but if you can, they are there. The color that I was going to put on for her lips is one of the e.l.f. Duo lipsticks. She has very dark lips, and actually, you know, I think she has them outlined, but I won't be doing an outline today. I just don't think that it would show up. So here is the darker red shade that comes in that set. And then flip it over, and you have a bright red. I think I'm going to go for the bright red just because that way you can see it a little bit better. So here we go. Okay, so there's that light shade of red. And I did not do my cheeks, meaning my blush. So I'm almost not feeling wearing a blush today. So I am going to put on a couple of highlighters. This one is ColourPop and it's called Forget Me Not. So I will grab my ColourPop fan brush. And I'll just go in and gather some product. Brush some of this on. Okay. I keep going until you feel satisfied with your highlight. Okay. Same thing for the other side. Okay. Okay, so there is that. I'm going to go ahead and grab an e.l.f. highlighter that I have. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Pink Diamonds one, which looks similar to the ColourPop one that I just had. We're just going to pop these onto the cheeks. Okay, so those are on and strong. So I'm going to go ahead and what do we need here? I would actually say that we are good to go. This, I will post this tutorial, like the end product, a picture of it, on my Instagram as well as my Snapchat. And you'll get to see all these different things put together. I know it's not very easy now that it's dark. Hopefully you will be able to see it though. For anyone asking if I'm going to be using setting spray or not, no, I have like barely any. So this is the look. You can go ahead and take your clip out of your hair And I have red hair, go figure. And just give it a little zhuzh, and there's your Sally inspired look. Thank you guys so much for all of you who tuned in. If you are new to my channel, hi, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you'll know every time I post a new video, and I cannot wait to see where this takes us. Alright guys, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.